Indian women's team is all set to play just its 37th Test match ever, taking on a formidable opponent, England, in a one-off 4-day game in Bristol this week. It's been 7 years since the Indian side put on the whites. One of the opponents that it took on before taking an unintended break from the longest format of the game is the very team it faces now, England, a move that has found unanimous support from players, current and former.
I think it's a great step forward. Generally, I feel like Test cricket, as they say, it's a cliche that it is a test of cricket. And most of the youngsters have grown up playing the shorter version. But I think when they play test games, test matches, their character and everything comes out. I think it's very important. And I guess if you play test cricket, you can play any other form of cricket.
Despite the world of women's cricket favouring the white ball format as a means to popularise the variant, players across nationalities nurture ambitions of playing more tests.
Everybody talks about Test cricket being the real cricket, So, when you talk to anybody, if you've played Test cricket, then that means you're the best, At least that is how it was for all of us. So, in fact, at that time, one-day games weren't as important as Test matches. So, I'm sure the current day players will find it very interesting to play test matches. They will have to adapt themselves.
It's very exciting, I remember when I used to watch the Ashes going on TV, like the women's team playing, we used to talk in our team and our test, "Arey yaar, apna time kab aayega?" Aise. When will we get to play the test? And there's something about white clothes. There's something different about it. So we all are damn excited. Can't wait to, get the jersey in our hands and, more than that, just go out there and play test for India. I think that's something different. Yes, there is ODI, there's T20, but I think there's just something different about playing test. So I'm very excited for that.
In 2014, India under Mithali Raj pulled off the unthinkable, coming back after an 8-year test lull prior to that and beating the host by 6 wickets in Wormsley. Sudha Shah was there, witnessing history being made. As Sudha narrates, the English side then made the mistake of taking the Indians too lightly. Despite the lone test being a low-scoring affair, it went right up to the very end.
Yeah, I guess because there were 8 debutants, England was a little overconfident. And we did overhear before the match started that, we'd bat first, get a big score, get them out twice and win by an innings. And when we heard that, I just told that to the players and I said, this is a chance for us to, because we hardly get, chances to play test cricket. And we won the toss and we put them in. And they got out for 80 odd, 90 odd. And we got 140. And then, they got the runs, but the girls played so well. And when, on the last day of the test, Mithali and Shika were batting. And it was like, as usual, that, you're not supposed to, don't move, sit where you are. There was somebody who had gone to the loo, she was standing in the loo. I had just put one leg up on a ledge, and they made me stand like that till the end of the game. And each one of us had to, just stay put. But the best part was both, Mithali had played cricket, she was there, and Shika played with such confidence. They both, faced 100-odd balls. But it was so good to see, especially Shika take that responsibility, giving Mithali that stand. And when we won, it was like as if, we'd won the World Cup or something great. Right. It was too good a feeling.
This test chapter for India comes with a string of footnotes. England has played more games with its players getting more match practice, especially at the domestic level. Mithali's girls, with an underwhelming white ball series against South Africa and the senior women's ODI trophy under their belt in the past year, will have nerves to deal with alongside adapting to a format which nearly 2/3 of the team is unfamiliar with. India will therefore bank on its most reliable resource, its seniors.
I think they will play a major role in this because, let's say there is Shefali on one side and there is either Smriti or Mithali on the other side. I'm quite sure Mithali would go up and, tell her if she's, for example, when you're playing the shorter version, you don't have the close-in fielders, so you can afford to take a few risks and play some aggressive shots. But that's not the case in a test match. So I suppose, if somebody like Shefali would do that, then, whoever, whether it is Mithali, whether it is Harman, whether it is Smriti, is also played a couple of test matches before this, I think. So, it would be up to them to go up and, just tell them, because that's what it is going to be. They need that kind of guidance once they are on the field. And I'm quite sure they'll do that.
Australian legend Belinda Clark, in an interaction with reporters a few months ago, said that the future of women's cricket lay in the shorter format. That said, India has another test lined up this year against her nation, and a pink ball match at that. However, these may be the only chances Test cricket gets in the women's fold, given that it all boils down to one simple element: commerce.
It's only England, Australia who want to play Test cricket. New Zealand and West Indies, they've all taken it as a policy not to play cricket. So we only get a chance to play Test cricket against England and Australia. And in 2014, when South Africa came down, we played a Test match against South Africa here in India. But none of the other countries, unfortunately, they don't want to play Test cricket. They're just concentrating on the shorter version. So that's a big drawback for us. So it's only like against these two countries that we can play Test matches.
Look, I think it's a challenge for the boards because I think it's the boards probably are looking at it commercially. And what happens is if, let's say, the sponsors would want the TV broadcast. If the TV broadcast is not available, then you don't get the sponsors. And then it also, if spectators are not there, then the boards probably feel, what are the girls playing for, So this has been a debate for a long time. Most of the countries are not even playing multi-day cricket. So if, let's say, we have to organize Test cricket, then we should also have the multi-day formats in domestic cricket. I think it's fantastic playing Test cricket, and somehow if the boards can get down to organizing the tests as well as the multi-day format in the domestic cricket, that will be huge for women's cricket.
Given the ifs and buts associated with tests for the women, Jemima understands the impact that a good performance in these fixtures might have on a future in the format.
This test match is very important for all of us because, a good test result or good cricket played over there is obviously going to lead to many more test matches played in the future. So, I think more than a pressure, it's actually a motivation for all of us. So, we want women's cricket to excel. We want to play more tests. So, we are looking forward to it, and we are going to give 100% when we are out there and play the best cricket we possibly can play, to help women's cricket in India change, to, get more test matches to play and, set the standards from now on.
Shubhangi Kulkarni and Sudha Shah had playing careers when women's cricket was still in its nascent stages. While one can argue that this is still the case today in terms of reach and popularity, the veterans can't help but look back happily at how much things have changed over the years.
Look, I mean, when we played Test cricket, when we played, actually, it was the beginning of women's cricket, and we were all very passionate about the game, and we just did it. It was a hobby, and nobody looked at it as a career. In fact, there were quite a few players who dropped out because they couldn't make it a career. Things are very different now. Now they have contracts. They can invest in developing themselves. So, the facilities are much better. So when we were playing, we would play on matting wickets and, rough outfields. So fielding was a huge challenge at that time. Today, the facilities that they get, whether it is the practice facilities or the match facilities, they play on such good grounds that I think fielding has improved a lot because of that. Also, because of the contracts, they are able to invest in whether it is a personal trainer, whether it is a personal coach, and they don't have to worry about where their 2 meals a day are going to come from. So this whole system has changed totally. Also, after cricket, there's so many options, like they can take up either becoming a coach, a video analyst, a physiotherapist, a commentator, a journalist. So there's so many options now that you can continue being involved with the game and being paid for it. So I think that the sport has changed entirely, and people can look at it as a career option. And I think this having these test matches along with the other two formats will be great for women's cricket.
Of the 8 debutants in that game in 2014, one of them is current vice-captain Harmanpreet Kaur, who echoes Kulkarni's sentiments when she looks at how far the game has come. A presentation put together by the support staff on the history of women's cricket helped drive the message home for the girls when they were given their jerseys in Mumbai last month.
जब आप एक टीम को रिप्रेजेंट करते हो तो उसके लिए आपको उसकी हिस्ट्री पता होनी बहुत ज़रूरी होती है, और अनफॉर्चुनेटली हमें इतना विमेन क्रिकेट जो पहले खेल चुके हैं उनके बारे में इतना नहीं पता है, क्योंकि उस टाइम पे इतना मीडिया कवरेज नहीं थी। लेकिन कुछ चीज़ें जो हमारी टीम ने, हमारे स्पोर्ट्स स्टाफ ने ढूंढी, और उन्होंने बहुत हार्ड वर्क करा कि हम लोगों को वो हमारी जो प्रीवियस हिस्ट्री है उसके बारे में बता सकें। तो इट वाज अ वेरी ग्रेट फीलिंग टू नो अबाउट देम कि उन्होंने कितना स्ट्रगल करा था, कैसे विमेन क्रिकेट स्टार्ट हुआ। और आज की डेट में बहुत सारी चीज़ें ईजी लगती हैं, क्योंकि आपको जस्ट सिर्फ ग्राउंड जाना है और जस्ट अपना गेम स्टार्ट करना है। लेकिन जो पहले के क्रिकेटर्स थे उन्होंने कितना स्ट्रगल करा है, उनके लिए हर एक चीज़ कितनी वैल्यू थी। तो वो सब चीज़ें जब देखने को मिली, समझने को मिली, तो वी जस्ट फेल्ट कि वी आर सो फॉर्चुनेट कि हमारे पास अब आज की डेट में सब चीज़ें कितनी इजीली अवेलेबल है। तो वो सब चीज़ों के बारे में जानकर बहुत अच्छा फील हुआ। एंड उनको हम पहले ही बहुत रिस्पेक्ट करते थे, लेकिन आज उनके लिए रिस्पेक्ट और ज़्यादा बढ़ गई है, क्योंकि अगर उस टाइम पे वो लोग गिव अप कर देते तो शायद आज हम लोग आज ही जगह पे नहीं बैठे होते। तो आई थिंक उनकी स्ट्रगल की वजह से आज हमें मिल रहा है। तो आई थिंक वी ऑल आर वेरी थैंकफुल फॉर देम।
From the Indian side that won in England in 2014 to the one that's all set to play another test match in England in 2021, the specifics are eerily similar. An identical period away from the format, debutants waiting to get their first taste of test cricket, and the weight of an entire nation's expectations resting on their shoulders. However, it's nothing Mithali Raj and co haven't overcome successfully in the past. You can catch live coverage of India's tour of England, including interviews, analysis, live blogs, and much more on our website, www.sportstar.thehindu.com. You can also follow us on social media to receive updates from the tour as they happen.